Hey, welcome back, guys. We're working on the quad 4 here, and another one. And I wanted to show you we're doing some head studs in this one. And this procedure is pretty universal for about any motor, but wanted to show you how these are installed. We have the block dowels in, so we're going to rely on those to align the head. And we have some Loctite. We're just going to put a little bit on the threads here. The instructions say that you want to make sure you get this thing torqued down before the Loctite sets. So that's what we're gonna do. So instructions also say to make these finger tight only, and that thread's a little tight on that one, so let's give it a little bit. Yeah, see, it's still turning. It's still turning. Just gonna bottom that out. There we go. And of course these are all finger tight. Some of these have a hex head on the top for an Allen wrench, but I have one sitting here, but I really need one of these all just screwed in by hand. But we got the Loctite on those. So after this, we're going to set put our head gasket on, and there is an upper and lower side to this. And this says top right here, so we want to make sure that's at the top. We want to make sure it's oriented correctly, so that the passage here where the oil comes up to the cylinder head, that's going to be right here. So this is exactly the way we want to have that. Right, like that. Just going to lift that up. There we go. And it's going to go down over the dowels, and it's going to positively locate the head. And then we're going to take our cylinder head and make sure our surface is clean, which I believe it is. Just want to double check it. And it's looking pretty good. So we'll set our cylinder head on here. And this is backwards. That wouldn't have worked. So we're going to go this way. And backwards. 1 second here. This is going to go that way. Yes, this is going to go this way. Yeah. All right. So we got to make sure the water outlet is toward actually the back of the motor. So we're just going to set this centered up on the studs and slide it down. And that's it. Now from here, we're going to get some assembly lube. Just floating around here. And I suppose you could take your finger and spread it around. I'm just going to use a little acid brush here. You can get these at Lowe's. It's in, with the soldering stuff. It's used to spread on like flux. That. Get all these lubricated. Also getting the seat where the washer will set. It's okay if a little bit of lube gets underneath there. And I'm going to take the Allen wrench and just double check these. A couple of these look a little tall. That may be just the nature of how deep the hole is in the block. I'm using this special ARP lube. This is what they suggest to get the proper torque reading on them. And of course, whatever motor you're working on, you want to follow the manufacturer's torque specs for those. And we got our washers. So we got 10 washers. Let's just double check. This one here looks a little tall, but it is bottomed out. Okay. I just want to double check. So we'll set our washers on here. And then on the washers, we're going to just add a little bit of lube so that there's a little lube underneath the bottom of the nut for it to tighten. Tighten against the washer. So if it needs to, it'll either turn the nut, or if the friction is a little high between the nut and the washer, the washer will turn on the head. So we got a little bit of lube above and below. You don't have to go crazy with this, but you don't exactly have to be stingy with it either. There we go. Just kind of wipe it around. Go around a couple times. There we go. That all looks pretty good. Okay. Now ready for the nuts. Just going to get them all started. B's trying to help me out. Get them on there a thread or two. We'll start turning these down. Try this one. Now the instructions call for torquing these down to 90 foot-pounds. We have to do that in 3 steps. So we need our socket here. We got the book handy, so we got the torque sequence correct. And looking, this is this way, so we're good. So number 1 will be over here. We're just gonna run through it one time. The torque sequence has changed a couple of times throughout the years. And of course this won't be torqued to factory specs because they're studs, but we want to torque them in the factory sequence, and all in the right order. So it's 1, 2, and then 3 is over here, and then 4 is over here. You see this okay? 5. Down. Should have had a speed wrench for this, which I have one, but for some reason I didn't bring it over to the shed to put the motor again. Okay, 7, 8, and I had already put all the studs in except for the last one because the procedure's all exactly the same. So there's no sense in boring you with me just putting a bunch of studs in. I can shorten the video a little bit. By just showing you how to do one, and then of course then you just repeat that process for all the other ones. So here we go. Okay, we have our torque wrench set of 30 pounds, and they give you a 12-point nuts on here, so you got to make sure that you use a 12-point socket of the correct size. 30 pounds first. 1, 2, and then 3. That's it. And then 4 is over here. Yep. 5. And those got a little loose just for me torquing those ones down just a little bit. There you go, 5. And then 6 is over here. Yep. 6. And then 7. 8, 9, whenever you torque these down, you don't want to, cranking this real quick, just nice and smooth. That's it. Okay, 30, and then we're going to go up to 60. 50, 60. 1, 2, and 3. 4, 8, 9, 10, and then 90. One, nice positive click on that one. 2, and a 3, almost. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how that's done. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.